The film opens with a boy named Light Turner who is at school when an unexpected change in the weather occurs. As the winds pick up, a mysterious notebook descends from the sky and lands on the ground. Intrigued, Light picks up the notebook and examines it closely, ultimately deciding to keep it for himself. It soon becomes clear that this is no ordinary notebook. It possesses an ancient and mysterious power. As the rain begins to fall, Light notices a fellow student bullying another boy, and he intervenes to stop the harassment. However, the bully retaliates by punching Light, causing him to fall to the ground along with his bag. In the chaos, Light inadvertently reveals the homework assignments of his classmates that were hidden in his bag, exposing his secret of helping others with their schoolwork. As a consequence, he is sent to the principal's office and placed in isolation as punishment. While sitting alone, Light reflects on the ancient notebook he found earlier and begins to read it. He discovers that it is filled with rules and regulations, some of which date back centuries. This realization leaves Light feeling uneasy, as he grapples with the significance of the notebook and its potential impact on his life. The mysterious events unfold as he delves into the contents of the notebook. Light encounters an unsettling presence that is not human but rather a peculiar entity. This creature possesses a sinister and malevolent appearance, characterized by its sharply pointed body. Overwhelmed by fear at the sight, Light grapples with the reality of the situation. Eventually, he comes to realize that this being is not merely a creature but a death spirit, the true owner of the notebook. The death spirit reveals to Light the profound truths surrounding the notebook and its capabilities. Within its pages lie specific entries known as death notes, which grant the owner the power to dictate life and death. At that moment, Light understands that he is the current possessor of this formidable notebook. A crucial aspect of its function is that any name inscribed within its death note will lead to the imminent demise of that individual. Furthermore, the owner has the ability to specify the manner of death, ensuring that the victim meets their end as described in the notebook. However, the owner of the notebook must adhere to specific rules in order to utilize its power. Currently, Light is skeptical about the notebook's effectiveness. The death spirit tells Light that he must inscribe at least one name within a week. Otherwise, the notebook will be transferred to another individual. Also, when you write a name, you must clearly envision the person's face and know his true name. Furthermore, only one method of death, which must be real and plausible. As the death spirit emphasizes the importance of using the notebook, Light gazes out the window at a bully named Kenny Doyle who is tormenting another individual and has previously assaulted him. Convinced by the death spirit, he decides to write the bully's name in the notebook, specifying that the method of death will be a crushing blow to the head. The scene unfolds with a shocking incident as two cars collide, resulting in a devastating outcome. One of the vehicles contains iron ladders, which tragically crush the head of Kenny. Witnesses and Light are left in disbelief, grappling with the horrific reality before them. This event leads Light to reconsider the claims made by the death spirit, instilling a deep sense of fear within him. The death spirit offers Light a choice to rather keep the notebook or give it to someone else. Upon returning home, Light encounters his father, a detective burdened by the unresolved murder of his wife, who was killed by a criminal who is still free due to the lack of evidence. All this has strained the relationship between the two, leading to Light's frustration and anger towards his father for not seeking justice. In a moment of anger, he decides to take matters into his own hands by writing the criminal name in the death note. Shortly thereafter, the criminal is depicted celebrating with friends, only to suddenly drop dead, leaving everyone in shock. The father and son experience a sense of relief upon learning of the criminal's demise. In this moment, Light finds solace in avenging his mother, which also helps to mend the bond between him and his father. As Light reflects on the implications of the notebook's power, he contemplates its potential for positive use while sitting in school. At this moment, a girl named Mia, who is also Light's best friend, approaches him. Trusting their friendship, he decides to confide in her about the mysterious notebook he has discovered, which has the ability to cause the death of anyone whose name is inscribed within its pages. However, Mia remains skeptical of his claims. To convince her, Light orchestrates a demonstration involving the death of an armed felon during a televised hostage situation. He writes the killer's name in the death note, predicting that the individual will meet his end in a car accident. Just as he finished, the event unfolds exactly as he anticipated. Mia is left astonished by the unfolding reality of Light's revelation. The pair start dating over and begin using the death note to kill criminals whose names and faces are publicly broadcast or published in the news or the internet. The names of those deemed evil were inscribed in a list, and one by one, these individuals began to meet their demise. At this moment, Light adopted the alias Kira, writing this name each time a death occurred. This instilled fear among the criminals, prompting them to reconsider their wrongful actions, otherwise Kira will finish them. News of this serial killer Kira spread rapidly across the globe, with some individuals even supporting his cause. However, the police were intent on capturing this elusive killer, and with no evidence linking Light to the crimes, identifying him proved challenging. Consequently, a brilliant investigator named L was brought in to solve the case, known for his sharp intellect and enigmatic persona, as he concealed both his face and true identity from the public. On the other side, Light and Mia were content with their lives, having eliminated over 400 criminals. During a meeting, L challenges Kira to reveal his true identity if he considers himself a hero. As a highly intelligent investigator, L delved into the origins of the case, enlisting the help of Light's father to expedite their pursuit of Kira. Meanwhile, Light and Mia began to feel uneasy, realizing that their previous sense of security was now threatened by L's involvement. Light inquired about the potential consequences for Kira if apprehended, to which his father responded that public opinion was sharply divided. Half the population would demand the death penalty, while the other half would push for an investigation into Kira's methods. This revelation heightened Light's anxiety, prompting him to confide in Mia. He suggested that they should consider halting their actions, as many, including himself, were now under L's scrutiny, especially given L's access to his father's investigative resources. Meanwhile, L has taken on the role of an agent tasked with monitoring Light, which allows him to observe Light's actions closely. Aware of this scrutiny, Light manages to maintain his composure. Meanwhile, Mia feels disheartened by Light's apparent indifference towards the notebook, as she derives satisfaction from engaging with it. L has inadvertently become an obstacle for both Light and Mia, yet they find themselves unable to eliminate him due to their ignorance of his identity and the stipulations outlined in the notebook. The notebook stipulates that the names of all agents pursuing Kira must be recorded, a fact that Light and Mia discuss. This measure is intended to instill fear in the agents, compelling them to abandon the case. While Mia proposes this course of action, Light is resistant, as he does not wish to harm innocent people ultimately. In a parallel development, L discovers that Kira has targeted individuals whose identities have been revealed on television, indicating that Kira cannot harm those whose names and faces remain unknown to him. To maintain a low profile, Light resolves to refrain from killing for a few days. However, an unexpected event unfolds when all agents involved in the investigation leap to their deaths from a building. These agents were tasked with tracking down Kira, yet their names were not inscribed by Light. This raises the question of who could have written them. The situation escalates further, as Kira had previously targeted only the criminals, earning him a reputation as a hero among the public. However, with the recent killings of police officers, he has now become a dangerous figure capable of taking any life. Disturbed by these developments, Light confronts the Death Spirit, inquiring if it was responsible for the deaths. The Death Spirit clarifies that the names were inscribed by someone else, asserting that it is incapable of such actions. In a seminar, Light's father confronts Kira, boldly declaring that if he possesses the courage, he should stop targeting innocent lives and instead take his own. This dramatic moment is closely observed by both Mia and Light. In a fit of anger, Mia urges Light to write his father's name in the notebook, to which he responds incredulously, questioning how he could ever harm his own father. Meanwhile, Elle approaches the situation with a more strategic mindset, carefully analyzing whether Kira is going to kill Light's father. Ultimately, the anticipated attack does not occur, leading Elle to shift his suspicions about Light into a firm conviction. As the detective himself remains unscathed by Kira, confirming that Kira is none other than Light. Elle confronts Light under the cover of night, seeking to uncover the truth behind his suspicions that Light is Kira. During the intense interrogation, Elle reveals his face to Light. But the latter dismisses him and walks away, leaving a sense of impending doom hanging over him, as he realizes he cannot eliminate Elle despite his desire to do so. Meanwhile, Mia expresses her deep feelings for Elle, suggesting they take measures to avert the looming danger. Light contemplates various strategies to eliminate Elle from his path, acknowledging that he has seen Elle's face and that his true identity will inevitably be discovered by his friend. In a calculated move, Light writes down the name of Elle's friend in his notebook, thereby gaining control over him. A new rule of the notebook is revealed: the individual will remain unharmed if the page containing their name is burned. However, the death spirit warns Light that this protection is a one-time offer. Although Light's influence over Elle's friend is established, the friend remains oblivious to Elle's true name. Light commands a friend to uncover Elle's real identity at all costs. Elle's friends reveal that Elle previously attended an academy, suggesting that his official documents might contain his true name. Prompted by this information, Light instructs his friend to visit the academy. Following Light's directive, his friend heads to the institution. Light has devised a plan to discover Elle's real name, and intends to destroy the page containing his friend's name to eliminate any trace of it, thereby ensuring his own safety and returning to normalcy. However, Elle grows suspicious of his friend's sudden absence, and pieces together that Light is likely trying to uncover his true identity. Distressed by this realization, Elle visits Light's home unannounced and confronts Light's father, accusing his son of being the true Kira responsible for his friend's disappearance. Despite Elle's accusations, Light remains unfazed, as there is no concrete evidence against him. During a search of Light's house, Elle finds nothing incriminating, including the ancient notebook, which Mia has already taken. Meanwhile, Light receives a call from Elle's friend, who informs him that he has arrived at the academy and is on the verge of revealing Elle's name. Just as Light prepares to act, he discovers that the page with the name has mysteriously vanished before he can destroy it, leading to Elle's friend's untimely death before he can disclose the information. Light is left feeling disheartened by the turn of events. In a dramatic revelation during a dance party, Mia discloses a secret. She has torn out the name page belonging to Elle's friend and has also inscribed the names of various agents in that same notebook. She provocatively states that she has now added Elle's name to the list. Mia ominously explains that Light's demise is imminent, as his heart will cease to beat at midnight, resulting in his death. She threatens to incinerate the page bearing Elle's name if he does not surrender the notebook to her. Upon learning of his friend's impending death, Elle becomes determined to apprehend Light. Ultimately, Elle manages to corner Light, but as he calls for assistance from a nearby cook, he is unexpectedly knocked out, revealing the cook as an ally of Kira. In the chaos, Elle takes Mia with him as they flee, only to find themselves caught in a swing. Meanwhile, the police arrive on the scene. Light implores Mia not to touch the notebook, asserting that their mutual cooperation is essential to restore order. However, driven by greed, Mia refuses and seizes the notebook from him. Light, witnessing this, accuses her of betrayal, leading Mia to realize that her name must also be inscribed within its pages. As the truth dawns on them, both characters plummet. Mia dies instantly, while Light falls into the water. In the hospital, Light is depicted as being in a coma, while a series of criminals continue to meet their demise. Observers begin to suspect that Elle harbors doubts about Light, who remains unresponsive. Amidst this chaos, a significant event occurs when a page is torn from a notebook during an incident involving Mia and Elle falling from a swing, leading to its subsequent incineration. This page contained the name of Light, indicating his strategic foresight. Aware that Mia had inscribed his name in the notebook, he preemptively wrote that she would die if she attempted to retrieve the notebook from him, and that the page with his name would be burned, along with a note about his own impending fall into the water. Additionally, he had inscribed the names of the most nefarious individuals in the book. A corrupt doctor then intervenes, rendering Light deeply unconscious as he is pulled from the water. After that, the doctor takes his own life. Following this, another individual acquires the notebook and begins to document the names of numerous criminals within its pages. This man later presents the notebook to Light, who has just awakened from his coma. In the aftermath, L meets his demise, yet he manages to uncover Mia's residence one final time, where he learns the identities of deceased police officers. Consequently, all accusations are directed towards Mia. Meanwhile, Light has fully recovered and regained possession of the notebook, but he has come to a crucial realization. He will no longer place his trust in anyone. Thank you for watching. Please remember to like the video and activate the notification bell.